To begin with, as we all know, the disastrous impact of the COVID-19 pandemic has been observed and experienced globally. No human activities actually have not been affected of this phenomenon. In educational environment, specifically in higher education institutions, tremendous disruption in the operations has been felt in the areas of instruction, research, extension, and productivity. In research undertaking, faculty members found it very challenging to engage sustainably in producing timely and relevant studies. But the show must go on. Faculty members in tertiary level are expected to contribute to the body of knowledge, especially in such a time as this. Hence, there is a need to review the attitude toward research and investigate the digital and research competence among faculty members in the higher education. Since there is an expectation from every faculty member in our field. In the Philippines, the Commission on Higher Education has been provided policies and mandates which are largely geared toward the improvement of research productivity. In view of the paucity of research in the countries, it's been observed that not all faculty members are collaboratively working towards the goal despite of all the efforts and support from the National Education Agency. Attitude towards research is one of the factors contributing to this problem. Meaning, if research is perceived negatively by the teachers, their intention for any research-related conduct is at stake. So, in case faculty members' attitude on research is negative, there is a need for the transformation into positive. Some studies also found that attitude toward research is also associated with teachers' research performance. High performance requires competence, and nowadays, digital competence is very essential in all research activities. Research productivity, as revealed by Yason and colleagues, also improved depending on digital competence. The development of this competence is affected by factors such as age, prior training on ICT, degree, and teaching experience. Majority of these factors can be improved through interventions or programs to positively affect digital competence. Another is the research competence. As revealed by ANU, research competence is associated with teachers' facilities and resources satisfaction. Also, experienced teachers are mostly to develop research competence is determined by the number of completed research works. None of these and other research papers investigated how these three important aspects of research are interrelated with each other, especially in this time of post-pandemic. Inspired by the functional attitude theory, which claims that conditions necessary to arouse or modify an attitude vary according to the motivational basis attitude, like value expression. Hence, attitude towards research was assumed to increase the teacher's digital and research competence once value of research is perceived. With these perceived needs in research upskilling for faculty members in this period of post-pandemic, I decided to conduct a study on determining the attitude, the digital, and the research competence among selected local colleges and universities in the National Capital Region of our country for the academic year 2021 to 2022. Attitudes towards research was correlated with digital and research competence, and findings were used as basis for the development of an intervention plan for faculty research upscaling. The main objective of my study was to determine the attitude and the digital and research competence of selected higher education faculty members in the NCR and to propose action plan for faculty research upskilling. Specifically, the following objectives were to achieve. Wait. Yeah. First is to determine the average number of research papers published by the participating higher education faculty members in local, national, and even international level. The second specific objective is to describe their attitude towards research in terms of research orientation, research influence research, personal interests, the mission of the university, research use, and research anxiety. Digital competence in terms of word processing, spreadsheets, presentation, data analysis program, and browser, and research competence in terms of technicality and content such as introduction, methods, results, discussion, and conclusion, as well as in recommendation. Third is to identify the relationship between their attitude and digital competence and their attitude and research competence. Develop an intervention plan for higher education faculty research upskilling based on the findings. I used correlational research design in this study and was able to come up with 142 selected higher education faculty members in NCR. The Attitude, Digital, and Research Competence Survey was the main questionnaire in this study. It is a combination of the validated and reliable questionnaires from different sources. Since we are in the in the period of pandemic or in a post-pandemic, I chose to use convenience sampling technique and to analyze the results. I use the mean standard deviation as well as the Pearson R. Here are the results of my study. Table 1 shows the participating colleges and university faculty members publish an average of a minimum of 0 and a maximum of 4.3 research papers in all levels, garnering an overall mean of 0.423. So this data also indicates that participants almost reach 1 research paper in the local publication. But alarming was the data, since overall mean shows that not even 1 research paper was published in all 3 levels. This means that they need to be informed of the possible and best practices in research publication, in which may be beyond their knowledge. Table 2 is all about the attitude towards research. As shown in Table 2, the computed overall mean of 3.068 indicates that the faculty respondents' attitude toward research was positive, which was similar on the study of Shapkat and colleagues. Reversing the numerical scale under research anxiety, it was found that participants had negative attitude towards such, which is still a considerable result. Overall, the highest level of positivity toward research was a long way to achieve. With these interventions to improve their attitude is indeed a need to be undertaken. Table 3 reflects that the respondents were digitally competent. They were also very competent in using word processing applications, which is the most common computer program in writing research paper. An attention to the competence on using data analysis program is needed, since this area obtained the lowest mean. Results indicate that there is a need for a workshop or training on how to apply data analysis program such as SPSS, NVivo, QCOS, and other data analysis softwares. Competence on utilizing this program will help the faculty researchers to easily obtain the summary of the data for analysis and interpretation. Digital competence or literacy is significantly related with research productivity as found out by Yason and his colleagues. With this, it is assumed that if faculty researchers are very digitally competent, not only in data analysis program, but also in other computer applications. So they will become more productive in conducting research. Table 5 shows the attitude or the relationship between the attitude and digital and research competence. In this manner, it shows that the attitude and digital competence has low positive correlation, and it has been found that significant at the 0.01 level. In this aspect, it indicates that attitude and digital competence is correlated in a sense that as the level of attitude increases, digital competence also increases. Attitude and research competence also had significant relationship at the 0.01 level, and it was moderate positive. This indicates that attitude gets positive, research competence levels up, and vice versa, which supported the results of the study conducted by Kainkoy. Using this as consideration, it is imperative for faculty researchers to maintain or improve a positive attitude toward research and strive more to level up their research competence. As school administrators, it is their role to deliver strategies and interventions in the development of positive attitude and improvement of their faculty members' research competence. Professional learning activities may be the best way to do so. Based on the findings of the study, the following action plan is proposed, focusing on the unidentified needs. First is to increase the number of research papers being published locally, nationally, and internationally. And the strategy that may be taken is to conduct of professional development activities, seminars or webinars, trainings, and workshops on how to publish research papers in local, national, and international level. The second intervention plan is to decrease faculty members' level of anxiety towards research. So the recommended strategies or intervention can be to conduct of professional development activities in like seminars or webinars, training workshop that will benefit the faculty members in conducting, that will give the faculty members a motivation to engage in research. The third one is the data analysis. The objective is to increase faculty members' level of skills in utilizing data analysis program. The strategies or intervention that can be taken is provision of training workshop on how to use SPSS and Vivo and other data analysis program. And last but not the least is in the area of enhancement or in the knowledge and skills in the research methodology to increase faculty members' level of competence on research methods. What could be the strategies and interventions? It may be conducting professional development activities, as well as to discuss the benefits and opportunities of conducting the research. To conclude, The relationship signified that attitude towards research was directly proportional with digital and research competence. That as the attitude increases, digital and research competence also increases, and vice versa. Putting this into considerations, research-related seminars, trainings, and workshops, which focus more on the areas in the findings needing intervention were of priority. Therefore, the developed intervention plan was proposed for college and university leaders and administrators. Future research on how attitude towards research affects digital and research competence are also recommended, and what factors are attributed to these three important concepts may also be concluded. As far as the message of Dr. Dale Fisher on research as a core pillar of outbreak response, there is a need for us. I think that not only in the Philippines, no, but in Asian countries, to strengthen and even to upskill the research competence of our faculty members. On this note, I would like to thank you. I would like to thank everyone for listening, and I'm willing to accept any valuable recommendations, insights in this concern.